Once again guys, and welcome to a new type of video. As voted for by you guys, we're going to be going through 25 amazing players for a championship side. Remember, these are mainly my suggestions of who you should be buying. I know it can be overwhelming with the sheer amount of players in the game, so I've compiled the best players I've bought as a championship side into a nice little countdown, so you too can go and check out these incredible purchases. Now, to make things fair, I've added at least 2 players for each position on the pitch. So there's 2 goalkeepers, 2 right backs, 2 strikers, etc, etc. And seeing as the average transfer budget in the championship is 5 million, all players are below that bracket. But if you're here for just a quick look, check out the description to find out where in the video each position is located. So let's not waste any more time and start at the back with the first goalkeeper of this countdown. And it starts off with my personal favourite keeper to buy in the game. It's Bartłomiej Dragowski. Doesn't matter what team I'm playing as, I always go after this guy, purely because of the incredible value he offers. A 17-year-old 6'3" Polish keeper, 71 rated in the first season, so above average for your selected side. He has an 86 potential and will only cost you 3.8 million and 1,000 a week. He's the perfect keeper for a championship side. And if you don't have 3.8 million spare, then try out this next guy, Ethan Horvath, a 20-year-old American keeper, 6'4" and 67 rated in the first season. He's a good long-term option being just a youngster, and having a solid 80 potential is great when you start pushing for promotion and get into the Premier League. Our next position is centre back, and I've got 3 for you. We start off with Jeremiah St. Justy. This guy has been around my videos a couple of times. His potential has changed throughout the year, but never doubt that any of these players can't outgrow their potential. Jeremiah is 18 years old, 6'1", 70 rated, and currently with a potential of 82. His top 6 stats are very good for his lowest rating, especially when you realise he has over 80 pace. But what's even better is his value at just 2.4 million and 4,000 a week. If you're a regular watcher of my videos, then none of these players will come as a surprise to you, because we've got another regular. It's Rivaldo Coetzee. This time he's playing over at CSKA Moscow. I think this is the 5th club he's gone to this year in career mode, so that makes little sense to me. Well, what does make sense to me is that he's 18 years old, 68 rated, 5'10" and pretty damn solid for a young and upcoming centre back. He has a potential of 81, but it's his costs that make him so good, at just 1.3 million and 4,000 a week. Our final centre back that you should consider as a championship side has got to be Jorge Meyer, the most expensive choice of the 3 on offer. However, he is the highest rated of the bunch too, also possessing an 84 potential. He begins as a 72 rated player, 6 foot, pretty well rounded as a defender, but probably could do with a little bit of improvement. Either way, if you want this future great player, it will be costing you 3.5 million and 4,000 a week. So let's get on to the wing backs. Another one of my favourites, Rico Henry. Just an incredibly athletic youngster. It does take him a little while to grow to his potential, but if you devote enough training sessions to him, he'll grow extremely quickly. He's 18 years old, 64 rated, 5'9", and with 3 stats above 90, including sprint speed and acceleration. Again, his price is just unbelievable for what you can get, costing you less than 1 million and just 1,000 a week. You can get a wingback that possesses stats that most will never obtain. And another option at left back is Elmir Nabiullin of Rubin Kazan. A higher rated left back, so his defending stats will be a lot higher than Rico's in the first season. And don't get me wrong, this guy is a solid option. What I usually do is buy both. Nabiullin as an important first team player, and then Rico as either a squad rotation or future first team player. Elmir is 20 years old, 71 rated, 5'9", and will only be costing you 3.3 million and 10,000 a week. So on to the other side, our first right back is another favourite, Dominic Iorfa of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Again, an already very complete athlete in the first season. In my opinion, having incredible pace as a wing back is a necessity, and Dominic has it in abundance. 20 years old, 69 rated and very tall for a quick player at 6'4". I won't lie, I've played him as a winger before, but he lacks good dribbling and skills to really be a convincing winger. Either way, get this unbelievable English youngster for 2.1 million and just 5 grand a week. So just in case you can't buy Dominic from Wolves, which can happen due to them not wanting to sell to a league rival, his substitute is Lucas Klosterman, 69 rated, 19 years old, 6'2", and very similar to Dominic, with a potential of 81. So if you can't get one, get the other, because Lucas will only cost you 2,005,000 a week. So we're heading up into midfield now, starting with the centre defensive midfielders, and our first one is Andres Cubas from Boca Juniors. He's 19 years old, 5'7", 69 rated, and is quite a box-to-box midfielder. That's the role I usually play him as anyway. He does complement a player who is just next to him to win the ball back. And if you want to see if he works in your squad, 1.7 million is his price and 5,000 a week is his wage. So this is my favourite player for the centre defensive midfield spot, Daniel Armate. Although it says that he is a centre midfielder, he can play in CDM. It's his stamina, strength and height combination that just makes him the very cheap Yaya Toure for a championship side. And he does have some very nice long shots too. If you desperately need a big presence in midfield, this guy will answer your prayers for just 2.2 million and 10,000 a week. So in full team is Lewis Cook of Leeds. Unless you're already playing as Leeds, I recommend getting this future 83 rated player. He's just 18 years old, 69 rated, plays at centre midfield but can also be played as a CDM or cam and is very well rounded for his young age. But as usual, it's his costs that make him so incredible, just 2.4 million and 2,000 a week. And our alternative centre midfielder to buy as a championship side is Pablo Galdamez. This guy is a specialist in the box-to-box role with 86 stamina, solid pace and 85 interceptions. Just 18 years old and 5'8", he's the perfect partner for Daniel Armate. Either playing as a defensive role or as a box-to-box midfielder, just don't miss out on this guy while he's this cheap, 2.1 million and 1,000 a week. Now to the attacking areas of the pitch, and we start off with Manu Garcia from Manchester City. He's again appeared in a good couple of my videos before, and it's very understandable why when you look at his costs and his potential. Just 17 years old, 66 rated, all top 6 stats above 70 with 2 being above 80 and that 83 potential. He'll fit into a championship squad very nicely for 1.6 million and 4,000 a week. And another player from the Premier League is our second choice of cam. For you, it's Josh Onoma. 18 years old, 69 rated, and also a personal favourite of mine when it comes to deciding upon a centre attacking midfielder. He's pretty pacey, already pretty well rounded, and has a very good potential of 84. He meets the financial requirements of the average championship side nicely, costing you just 2.5 million and 5,000 a week. So we're going to go down to the wings, and we'll start off on the left side. It's Damari Gray of Leicester City. Played a substitution role in the Leicester title winning season, and FIFA expects him to become a very decent player when he reaches his peak. He's 19 years old, 68 rated, very quick and very good at dribbling. He has a potential of 82 and will be costing you 2.1 million and 5,000 a week. And at the second choice for the left side is a winger this time. It's Václav Kearney of Ajax. It's quite incredible that you can get this guy for these prices in the first season. A 17-year-old with a potential of 86, and he's only on 2,000 a week as well. And that makes this guy one of the best catches for a championship side. He's already a 68 rated, pacey, tricky player already. If you haven't decided on who you should invest in for that part of the field, this guy should definitely be one of your targets. I've also got another left midfielder in case those two were taken, Brandon Barker. Another Manchester City youngster. Brandon's 18 years old, 66 rated, pretty quick but fairly basic in the first season. If you invest a good amount of training sessions in him, you can make him incredible for your team. Plus, he'll be growing to be an 82 rated player. He is cheaper than the other options at 1.6 million and 4,000 a week. Let's switch sides and get onto the right side of the pitch, and we start off with the big man, Francos Camano. He is the best player you can get in the first season who belongs to the African continent. Being 19 years old, 71 rated, 6 foot, quick and a decent dribbler too. But it's his potential that makes his price so great, possessing the ability to reach an 85 rating in seasons to come. Just imagine having Kearney and Kamano on either wing as a championship side. Pretty ridiculous, right? If you want him, his price will be 4.5 million and 10,000 a week. However, this next guy would be my personal recommendation, Valentino Lazaro. He's a much cheaper option if you're struggling with money or you've made an expensive investment in another player. He's 19 years old, 69 rated, 5'11", very quick. Surprisingly very good dribbling as well. He's one to look out for, especially with a solid potential of 82, and it'll only take 1.7 million and 5,000 a week to get him in your club. I've got another expensive option for you guys, Nahu Leiva. This guy is the highest rated right winger so far at 73. He's 18 years old, 5'8", but not as quick as the others. I thought I'd include him as he also shares a big potential of 85, but seems to suit a more passing style of play as he does lack the legs to fly past wingbacks. If you want to give this guy a go, you'll need a hefty sum of 4.1 million and 7,000 a week. And this is the fourth and final right midfielder for you today. It's a new player who hasn't featured in any of my videos before. He's Brazilian with a classic name, Malcolm. Doesn't really sound like a Brazilian name, but you know, when you have a potential of 84 and are only going to cost me 3.3 million and 4,000 a week, I don't really care what your name is. He's an 18-year-old, 71 rated right midfielder with a classic decent speed and decent dribbling. And if you want a future world-class Brazilian for a steal, this guy is definitely one for the shortlist. And lastly comes our strikers, and we begin with an Englishman, Dominic Solanke. Sadly, his potential has been hit quite hard thanks to EA's updates, but don't doubt that he can't outgrow his new expected 81 rating. If you train him hard enough, he's 17 years old, 68 rated, 6'1", very good stats in the first season for his young age, and will be the cheap option if you need a striker at just 2 million and 2,000 a week. And the next option will be Isaac Success, a really good physical player in the first season, just ready to be moulded into an incredible goal scoring machine. 19 years old, 70 rated, 6'1", strong, quick, and he's set to be a great player in game. His initial transfer fee is cheap at 2.4 million, but 15,000 a week can be quite a sum of money for some clubs. But if you do have the funds and need a great striker for the whole of the first season, this guy can definitely fulfill your needs. And our final player of this countdown had to be Gabriel Jesus. If you haven't tried this player, you really need to. That is if you can convince him to sign for your club, because a lot of clubs I find go straight in for him as soon as you start your new career mode. But if you do catch him, you'll be getting an 18-year-old, 72 rated, speedy, tricky goal scorer. He has a big potential of 85, which has actually decreased because it was originally 88. But don't think you can't get him to that level again. If you want him, he's not cheap for a championship side at 4.6 million and 6,000 a week. So that's the 25 amazing players for a championship side. Quite a good range in there in terms of price and ability, with good alternatives if some players are sold to other clubs instead of yours. Let me know what you thought of this longer countdown in the comments below. If you liked it, let me know by pressing that like button. Stay subscribed for plenty more top 10s. And I'm Braceforimpact, and thanks for watching.